from your perspective, do you think that the N-word is a good thing or a bad thing for the Rasa movement and culture in general? We got a dude, Moose Man, who comes on the podcast pretty frequently. He's from Sacramento, and he was saying that he feels like that kind of holds back a lot of Mexican rappers because the people aren't going to accept a Mexican who says the N-word all the time. 6ix9ine comes to mind right away as somebody who's like, well, they didn't care when he was doing it. But do you think that that's like something that, generally speaking, Mexicans should be trying to like encourage other Mexicans not to make part of the vocabulary?
Well, me being from Northern California, I said it a lot. Even when I started YouTube and started rapping in the beginning, I said it a lot. Then I just stopped because it just sounds so ridiculous now coming from. Because, dude, I used to see Southsiders say it a lot. And it's funny, though, because on the yards, the blacks did not care when Northerners say it because of our black and brown communities up north. And we say it a different way with a different stilo. But when you hear a Southsider say in a yard, I was like, bro, that shit sounds forced, bro. Like, you even know a black person? Like, it sounds really like borderline racist. Was that an A or R, bro?
You feel like they just say it differently, like a little bit more antagonistically?
It doesn't roll off the same way as Northerners. So I think that's what made it more embarrassing to see Mexicans. But now that I've gotten older, it's like, bro, just talk normal. I think it is detrimental because that's why when I rap now, I don't say it. I don't even try to cuss in my raps most of the time. I just rap regular. The N-word, saying it repetitively. Like the N-word, I think most of the time is to fill in the blanks of a verse.
Yeah.
Especially for the black culture. And it sounds cool because that's what they are and that's what that's how they identify themselves. And they can use that word very effectively and it sounds good in the rap lyric. But hearing a Mexican say it, bro, it's like, now that I've listened to more Mexican rappers, I'm like, bro, now you just sound watered down. You sound like you're trying to be somebody else. If you don't have the potential to write your own raps and sound like you and other than somebody else, then you ain't got the potential to be rapping. I think it is detrimental, but now I just see more Mexicans say it way more times than a black man would. I'm like, bro, how did the roles reverse? Because for a long time, I used to see like Mexicans, especially Southerners, like, thought it was wrong to talk like that and made fun of blacks in prison for talking like that. And then now we got a culture where more Mexicans say it than even blacks. I don't even think blacks want to say it that much. It just kind of looks embarrassing. And I'm kind of glad I grew out of that point in my life where I don't use the N-word no more. It's just really just a bad look to me personally. But sometimes you hear some rappers and you're like, that boy got it. Even though he said the N-word like 5 times in that one paragraph. And in 16 bars, he said it 8 times.
I mean,
it's not good.
I was around mostly like Puerto Rican people and Dominican people on the East Coast for like most of my younger years. And honestly, that's not something that I even really thought about until I got way older, because I feel like almost every Hispanic person I've been around in my whole life has said it. At least, the ones who did, we didn't really think twice about it. Then I moved to New York. Every white kid, every Hispanic kid, every person that was around at that time was just like saying it all the time. But then like once I'm like out here and I start to like understand the like Mexican identity as being separate from the whole just like people of color type thing. Like when I'm listening to somebody like Bozo explaining how like, he's proud of his culture and he sees it almost as like a betrayal of his culture to be using somebody else's slang that is so directly linked to their culture and their experience that he sees it as just not cool. And like now I'll never judge somebody for saying it because it's not my business, but I definitely like, if I was Mexican, I feel like I would not say it just because it seems like it's borrowing something that is so inherently black that it's just kind of uncool. Like it would be cooler for you to have your own slang that is more directly aligned with your own ethnicity.
Yeah, like if you hear like Chito Rana's rap in Spanish, sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. And then you hear him with the N-word and you're like, why? Like you were just gassing right now. You were cooking right now. Why? I just think they use it way too much. Now, if you did it the same way they do it and it sounds cool and it flows nice, I wouldn't have paid attention to it. But it's like every other word, and most of the time now, like if you see a post by them, it's like dead homies is dead homies. They said dead homies 10 times, the N-word 8 times, but they only said like 2 sentences. I'm like, bro, like expand your vocabulary. The Mexican culture and the black culture and my lifestyle, like we've always had commonalities, common interests, come from same heritages and backgrounds. We've embraced each other in multiculturalism. We share the same thing, so let's not view each other any different. that word and the way it's being used by Mexicans is gonna draw that distinguishing line again when we've already came so far. Because now you're starting to see a lot more blacks like, bro, this sounds stupid, and you're using this word like repetitively. It's a bad look on the culture. Now, if you're gonna say it and black people accept it, then fine. But now just every other word, like you forgot the English language, bro. There's like a variety of words you could be using, and they use that. To me, it just sounds really watered down, and I just think it's starting to sound more embarrassing. I won't even watch a video if I hear a Mexican kid saying the N word like 10 times. Like, even if it's a viral video, I'm like, bro, I'm enough already. But that's because I've grown out of it, though.
Yeah.
Now, the older you get, the kind of more mature you get.
I mean, it's interesting that, like, arguably the biggest Mexican rapper from LA over the last 10 years or maybe ever is like OGZ, who is somebody who is Mexican, but basically like clearly affiliates with black culture more, doesn't really have any cholo style to him. You know, if you were to replace him with a black guy, all his clothes and stuff would just like align with that culture more directly and stuff. Like, but it kind of says a lot that he's arguably become like one of the biggest in that space, like because he's black coded the most.
He's like, he doesn't care about that. He's already been accepted in his fan base where he can do that. Some of these dudes that ain't to that level yet, where now you're under a microscopic lens where we pay more attention to it, and not everybody's gonna win like that. He won like that. Swifty can get away with it. Not everybody's gonna get away with it, but everybody's trying to now. And now you just hear the biggest argument. Well, rap's supposed to be black cultures. Mexicans should be rapping mariachi. Like, no, we're gonna do whatever the hell we want because it's America. But let's do it in our own lane. We could be so much bigger if we did it our way, in our lane, as a representation of our people with the English language, rapping in a style of black without having to use that word. Some people have acceptances, but not everybody's going to be accepted. I think everybody's just blind to that. They really think that they can get away with it. I stopped using it because my audience was like, bro, you sound ignorant. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I listen to my videos. I even listen to my own music. I'm like, bro, that's trash. I said the N-word like 4 times in 4 bars, and I got rid of it.
What's your attitude on music at this point? It's just like a fun little hobby to do from time to time if you really got something to say, or what?
Nah, I just like my first song that really blew up was Rabbit Season, because I was disrespecting Northerners, and that video got like almost 100,000 views on that music video, but I had too much guns in it, so I was like, whoa, I need to stop. I'm doing it for my cousin. He got killed by my homies from my hood. May he rest in peace. That's why I scream "One Life, One Chance" out loud, because that was his last tattoo. Me and him, our memories together, we were always bumping like 40, Be Legit back in the day, Master P. He loved music. So I just wanted to do it to keep his name alive. I wasn't worried about going viral and making music and collabing. I just did songs about him. I have a catalog of One Life, One Chance about him. And now I just do it for fun. Like I said, I don't drink. I don't go to bars. I don't meet girls. I don't party. I never been to a strip club. So to me, I'm like, well, I needed something to do other side from YouTube. So I like to rap just to mess around. Now I have the money to pay for a feature if I wanted one, but I just kind of, like I said, I didn't take that part of the craft seriously. I just like, it's a fun, it's something I could do, something way to express myself. I've gotten a couple 100 people listen to me on Spotify, and I was like, that's cool, I may not have tens of thousands like Lefty and all that, but I know I got bars. I just don't sound like these guys that everybody wants to sound like EBK J-Bo. Everybody's talking about murdering. No, my bars are a little bit different. I'm a 90s baby. I grew up off RBL, Posse. I grew up off, E40, Too Short. I grew up off that style. Like, one of my favorite rappers is Hollow Tip, Looney Coleon, people from SAC. So I just keep it like right there. I'm a 90s baby, so I'm going to represent it the 90s way. Not the N-words and all that, just strictly just music. I just do it for fun. But if a big name was to come up and I have the money for it, I wouldn't mind doing it. I got the money to do it. I got the ability to do it. I just haven't took that part seriously.
What's a feature you could imagine yourself doing that would be like ideal from your perspective, and you think that they might actually be down?
Wow, now I haven't met nobody that'd be down, but
yeah, maybe putting themselves in some shit for sure. Yeah,
yeah, dude, like. Man, I would have did a collab with Swifty. Like, hey, bro, let's kill the internet, bro. That would piss people off.
There you go.
Gonna do it. I would collab with Jenny 6ix9ine because she's bad as hell. She ain't gonna do it. People from California, they will not mess with me on that level. So I was like, man, I might as well just take my music to Texas or something where rapping's still rapping. But a lot of these California people that I would collab with, they just wouldn't do it. And I got the money to pay for it. I can market it my damn self. I got the money to back up the marketing. never came up. So in my head, I'm like, I got my back against the wall. So it's me versus everybody now at this point. They ain't nobody trying to collab, but those would be the cool artists I would have done it with, like no problem. They're just in a different lifestyle, and I'm viewed a certain way from that lifestyle where I'm like, I'm on the back burner, which makes me even try harder. So I still buy my beats, I still work on my lyrics. I just drop music less and less. But if you hear Renegade 3, that was one of my best songs I ever did, disrespecting a lot of people in that video. I mean, in that song. A lot of subliminals in there too, but a lot of people love that song. So I know I have the capability to match and compete with some of them, but it's just me against the world. So I just look at it like, there's no point in me reaching out to nobody. They reach out to me, I got no problem. I'm open-minded to anybody. They just ain't gonna do it. So why should I make the effort?
No, I feel it. Yeah, you're making me feel like I gotta start rapping more. I really forgot about it. I made a couple songs and totally forgot, but it's fun as shit. And there is that like weird thing in your head, like, if I do this a lot, like I wonder, could I get really good at it? Like, could I get a lot better than I am right now?
My best song was a diss track, and like I said, it got 100,000 views before I took that video down. That's one of my biggest streaming songs, like 30-some thousand streams on Spotify. Was Rabbit Season. If I went that route and disrespected like Lefty, which he doesn't deserve it, you would get the traction.
Yeah.
I just don't want that. It's like, bro, I don't want no smoke with nobody. I'm just trying to make money and try to go places. That's all I want to do. I want to make money with everybody, but nobody wants to make money with everybody. Everybody wants to step on everybody.
Yeah.
So I just do it for fun. I just bought a beat today. I'm going to go work on it. There was a part that I was writing a verse, and there was a part I was going to drop a line on Swifty just to show him a little something, but I was like, nah, I'm going to just be the bigger man. Just let him, I'm going to let that one go. He knows and I know. That's all. That's all I can say about him.
Everything 420 really is that one-stop shop. Whether you're looking for your go-to gear or something new and unexpected, they got options for days, and they're always dropping mystery boxes and deals. The E420 app is clean, shipping is quick, and they literally have everything. Don't forget to use code NOJUMPER at checkout.